All right, let's see how social you are. You think we could be friends right now?
We could try.
All right, here, put it there.
What up?
All right. Well, I got great news for you because a thing I love to do for my friends is give them gifts. That's my love language.
No way.
So I have some gifts for you.
Oh, what?
Hello, hello. My name is Christian Lee. I'm here for Earworm Digital, and we're here with. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Sara Kays.
And Sarah, how you doing on this lovely day?
I'm doing great. I got lots of sleep last night because we had a day off.
Dude,
on
you love to see
tour,
that.
and yeah, feeling great.
And you know, this is not your first tour, not your first rodeo, but I know this. I don't know because you last tour, you toured with Alec Benjamin, correct? Was that last year?
Well, I did a tour with this artist called Max last fall.
Max, yeah.
And then before that, I did my headline tour, and before that, I did tour with Alec.
Dude, you're insane. Dude, it's nonstop for you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had a lot of time off this year until this tour, but yeah, last year was a lot of touring.
Is this the longest tour you've been in? Because I checked and it's from September to the beginning of November. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's about 6 weeks total. So wow. Yeah, it's a lot. I think I did one last year that was 5 weeks, but this is the longest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's we're in San Diego, and it's a little bit over the halfway point. How's it been so far for you?
It's been great. Better than I could have imagined. It's the crowds are awesome. Some of my fans are there, and Dean's fans are all super nice, and I think I see some people singing along, and it kind of encourages people who might not know my music or whatever to listen to, and that's been awesome. And Dean is the best, and everyone that I've been able to meet on this tour has been super fun.
That's good. That's good. And I also want to know too, because we talked a little bit off camera. Believe it or not, it was just a few minutes ago. But you're originally from Indiana, and now you live in Nashville.
Yeah.
But I could tell right now, and even just through your music, your aesthetic is just sweaters or just long shirts and everything.
Yeah.
But isn't it not the coldest, right?
No, I mean, it's
because right now you're dressed like you live in the Pacific Northwest,
It's pretty it's not that far off from Indiana weather, Midwest weather, where it's the winter, it does get really cold for a little bit, and then fall is the perfect weather. Summer gets way too hot for a month, but then it's pretty normal, and then the seasons are pretty consistent, I guess, but it gets definitely cold in November, December, January, in Nashville. But yeah, I would say it's, I guess, not as cold as being in Indiana, or if I was in the Pacific Northwest.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, explain your aesthetic though, because it's kind of I wouldn't say it I would say it kind of contradicts where you live,
Yeah, I mean,
what inspires this?
The first type of music I got into growing up was Midwest emo type music, because I didn't really grow up on any music. My family doesn't do music or anything, so when I first discovered something I liked, it was that, and this kind of was a little bit of the aesthetic that went with that, and then I just kind of stuck with that. Also, I really just love baggy clothes and not having to think about what I'm wearing, and it's just
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you rock it pretty well,
Well, thank you.
Okay, and speaking about music though, let's talk about your music, because earlier this year you did drop your latest single, "Show Me Off."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what inspired that song?
That song I wrote a year ago, and it was inspired by just this dude I was seeing that didn't ever really want people to know that we were seeing each other, basically, and that's just what I wrote the song about, and yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I know, because for example, I think, this was definitely true off the top of my head. I know a little bit about music, but the Spice Girls, I think when they did "Wannabe,"
Spice Girls,
great shirt. But when they made "Wannabe," they did very quick. It took I think 15 minutes just to write the lyrics and just get the production, just do it in and out. What's the fastest song you've ever written?
Man, I don't know what the fastest song I've written would be. I've if I write a song, sit down and write one in one sitting, that's pretty fast for me, because a lot of times I'll write half of one and then go back to it or make edits or whatever. Maybe I don't know, an hour would probably be the fastest I've written a song. But yeah, I take a lot of time to think about the lyrics, which kills me sometimes, because I'm 10 hours in and like still thinking about it. But
Well, let's talk about your biggest song, "Remember It at Night." How long did it take you to come up with that?
that one
lyric
actually was like only a couple hours because it was at like probably 1 or 2 a.m. in my bedroom, just like like what that song is about was happening in that exact moment. So I just like sat down and was like writing about it. And then I think I wrote like the first verse and the chorus, and then I had posted about it, and like the reaction was like made me decide like I needed to finish and release it like right away. So I just like the next day went to my, or like a couple days later went to my producer's house, and then he started like on the track, and then I basically just like wrote the second verse and like the rest of it as he was like producing the track or whatever. But yeah, that only took probably a couple hours.
That's crazy. You wrote that like 1, 2 a.m. I heard that's like actually like peak creative hours though.
It can be, yeah. It can either be like the worst time or the best time.
And then we talked a little bit earlier too about, what inspired your outfits and everything. But let's talk about like the actual bands, like, because you said you didn't come from a musical family, but like what inspired, like which artists, which bands inspired you to make music? Like what was big for Sara Kays early on?
I think like, well, growing up, I just realized I liked like music and to listen to it and to sing. So that was just kind of it for a while. But then like, and like my job growing up was like, I did a lot of like busking and like playing at bars throughout like middle and high school. And then, so for a while it was like mostly playing covers. Like I wrote a little bit at that point, but it was mostly singing other people's songs. And then when I discovered artists I would honestly say Alec Benjamin is the main one. I discovered that like his writing style, when I heard it, I was like, that's so cool. And then I tried to like replicate it and write songs like in a similar like storytelling type way that he does. And then that's what made me like fall in love with like writing songs, and that made that like my favorite part of music.
What a cool 180 moment to, open up for him too.
Oh, I know. That was so amazing.
All right, cool. And we're both adults here, and I don't know how you feel, but I feel like as adults, it's a little bit harder to like make friends, once you're like past like the college, high school era, because like you're not forced to like hang out with people. Now you're just kind of on your own.
Yeah. I think like strangely, it has been like a little bit opposite for me, because I was so like closed off like growing up, and it was really tough for me to make friends.
Were you a little bit introverted back then?
Yeah. Like I was just, I would go to school, like go home, just like be alone in my room. And like I did that even like throughout most of college too. And then I think that actually like music and like being pushed into like touring and like being constantly surrounded by people and having to interact with people and like throughout the day has made me like more social than I was before. And then like it's been like a little bit easier to make friends. So that's been honestly nice, because I always thought I was destined to be like that.
That's cool. All right, let's see how social you are. You think we could be friends right now?
We could try.
All right, here, put it there.
What up?
All right. Well, I got great news for you, because a thing I love to do for my friends is give them gifts. That's my love language.
No way.
So I have some gifts for you.
Oh, what?
All right.
I love backpacks.
I know. Okay, first one I got is one you didn't mention, but I heard it might have a influence on you early on, and it is Panic.
Oh. No way.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is my first concert I went to, or the first concert I like chose to go to. I think my actual first concert was the My World Justin Bieber tour when I was like 10. But this was the first concert that I went to like when I was 14. So that's so sick. Thank you.
You're welcome. But that is not all. We have one more. It's Mayday Parade.
Oh, no, that's another one of my favorites. How did you know? What?
And we're friends. I feel like I should know this about you.
Oh, thank you so much. I love it. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh.
And, now that we're friends, let's kick it up a notch. Let's do a little bit of a test.
Okay.
Let's see how good of friends we can be. And my first question for you is, you talked about like, when your first career, you're like busking, you're performing at places. So do any of these places ring a bell to you? Like Bella Vita, South of Chicago Pizza.
Wait, yeah. Bella Vita only rings like a tiny bit of a bell. I forget. It's in Indiana, right?
Yeah.
I know I've played there. I've just played it so many places, and I'm like, what? That's crazy. South Chicago Pizza, that was like one of my repeating gigs like throughout high school.
Every Monday.
Like, every Monday, yeah.
From 6 to 8.
You're like, I was there every time.
Yeah. I'm actually from Indiana,
Like, I worked there, actually.
Actually, this one's a little bit off topic, but I do want to know, because you mentioned this in a lot of interviews, why do you love croutons so much?
Dude,
Is that like a Midwest thing, or is that?
I don't know. I wouldn't claim myself to be like a crouton connoisseur now, but like throughout high school, it was like my favorite snack. For some reason,
Yeah,
I
you
would
just
just
devour a bag.
like rip like a bag of croutons as if it was like a bag of chips or something. But it honestly like made my stomach hurt so bad every time, so I just stopped doing it.
Oh.
But you know, it's like crunchy bread.
That is true. You're not wrong about that.
Huh.
All right, and let's talk about another thing too. Let's talk about those early days too. Westfield.
Westfield.
Explain that. What does that mean to you?
That is the town a couple over from mine. But I would play on their soccer team.
Ah.
Yes. So I was part of like the travel soccer team in Westfield for like a few years throughout middle and high school.
So you're kind of like fraternizing with the enemy a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I never like played for my school. I just did travel outside of it. And then I also did, it got to be too intense though, like practicing almost every day and when I just wanted to like go home. So I just joined like a little rec league after that.
Mm-hmm. And you've performed at a festival before, right?
No, I haven't.
haven't?
No. I want
sure?
to.
Porch Fest?
Come on, man. Come on. Dudes, you're doing the research. That Porch Fest, that's in my actual hometown in Carmel. But that's just like a whole thing where they have people like in the community like open up their porch like for the Porch Fest, and then they get like different local artists to like play on people's patios, and then you can just walk around the neighborhood and people are like playing on patios. But I don't know if I would count that as a festival in my eyes now.
I mean, it has fest in the name,
Yeah, I was also like 15, so yeah.
Let's talk about a little bit early on too. I'd say like what maybe helped you get your record deal was when you were streaming on YouNow.
Dude, yeah, that was like the first thing that I got any followers on. I was just like, I think I was in like 7th grade when I was doing that.
And this is like pre-TikTok era.
Oh yeah, I was just
maybe like Vine.
I was when I kind of was only doing it for like a 3-month span, but I would do it like every day. 'Cause I think during the summer when I was like off school, I was just doing like every day, and I would stream for like 5 hours every day and sing on there. It was a whole community on there. Do you know the band Why Don't We? I met them through that because they were all streaming on there at the same time too. I think that's like when they met each other.
That is funny. Wow.
Yeah. Fun little time.
Speaking about fun, you said you used to do covers, so I want to show you this one.
Oh no. I'm scared. How did you even find that?
It's a good cover. Is this one of your first covers you ever did?
This is my 5th grade talent show.
That's funny, yeah. Great song, though.
That's on my mom's YouTube channel. I don't even know how you found that, but that's me singing The Climb in my 5th grade talent show. That's why I covered that song on my tour, my first like headline tour, because I thought it would be funny to do like the first song I actually sang in front of an audience, but like in front of a real audience, not just like my whole school that was forced to be there.
Mm-hmm. Speaking about funny, we have one last gift for you.
Oh my gosh.
And it is The Climb.
Dude, yes. Thank you. Wait, side one is The Climb. The Climb stripped. The Climb full pop mix. Side 2 is the same exact thing. The Climb stripped, The Climb full pop mix.
I mean, they really just had to milk the double
Dude,
side,
I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome. And it's funny because I saw like, we have a few mutuals that like I've interviewed before too. One was like Ella Jane.
Oh yeah, I love her.
I actually gave her that too.
You did? Oh,
for her birthday though.
That's cute.
Great. Well, thank you for taking time to interview. Hope you had fun doing this.
Of course, I had so much fun. I wasn't expecting it to be this fun, honestly.
I know. We try to make it fun for you guys. But before we turn off the camera, though, as another thank you for doing the interview, is there anything else you'd like to plug? Your social media, a message, like what you got? It's just you and the camera.
Not really. It's pretty easy to find me, I would say.
Sara Kays.
Yeah. So if you want to do that, you can. But I don't want to force it upon you. Thank you so much for having me.
even though it's all I